Hey, third grade, you guys are gonna be doing a portrait today, a self-portrait. And that should be pretty familiar to you. You guys have done them before, done them in second grade, first grade, way back in kindergarten. Except today I'm going to ask a little bit more of you. I'm gonna ask that this actually looks like you and that you remember the techniques that we've learned because we're gonna be using some oil pastels today. You can see I have some over here and we are not using a pencil. That means that you are drawing with oil pastel and that is it. Any mistakes you make, you have to fix with oil pastel, and that's pretty easy. In fact, when I show you the one I did, it took me about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm expecting this one to take you guys a couple classes, and I want you to focus on Impressionism. And that's the style that we're going for today, because I'm really concerned with the right colors that you're gonna use today. Now, I'm drawing on a blue paper, but my example I did about 20 minutes ago was on a red paper. So this is my self-portrait. I had my handy dandy mirror down here. Hi! So you're gonna have some mirrors to use to help you reference. And I want you to think about the colors that you're using. So Impressionism is all about color and light. So one of the most famous Impressionists was Vincent van Gogh, and he did a lot of self-portraits and he did portraits of other people. And I want you to pick a colored paper that speaks to you. I wanted to pick red first because I was feeling pretty excited about my project. That color is popping, it's a bright red. Now I'm gonna do more of a calm down, relaxed blue color as my background, but I'm still gonna have to show the right skin color for your skin, your hair, your eyes, and you might have to do a little bit of color mixing on the back of your paper. So the first thing that I'm gonna start with is, I'm gonna guess about, this peach tone is probably close to what my skin color is gonna be. Depending on how it looks on the paper, I might have to mix something else. So looking in the mirror, I can see I have a very oval shaped head. Now this is looking a little bit dark, so I'm gonna grab the lighter peach that I have in here. That's more a brighter color and showing up a little bit better on the camera. I'm gonna include my neck, okay? And my shoulder and shirt, you guys can decide what kind of color shirts you want. I already did a blue shirt on my last picture, so I'll probably do my other favorite color, classic purple. But I'm not doing a lot of details right now. I'm just kind of picking the colors that I know I'm gonna wanna use. So I'm gonna have some kind of purple shirt. With this lighter color, that's gonna be my skin color for the most part. Now, if you look at my teacher example, I did not outline with black. You're not gonna see a lot of black in here. In fact, the only places I put it was right around my eyes for my eyelashes and the pupils in my eyes. So I don't wanna see you guys drawing with a black pastel or trying to bust out a pencil. A lot of what we're gonna be drawing as far as how we're gonna show our nose, our lips, our eyes is gonna be with one of those neutral colors. So a tan, a peach, a gold, a light brown, a dark brown. These are gonna be your skin mixers for the most part. Save your white for your highlights. Don't try to mix something in and make it lighter with white. I don't wanna see that happening today. So these guys are gonna be your most important colors. Okay, so there's two kind of light peaches, one light, one dark. There is a nice golden color that mixes nice with those for a tan. And then you have two shades of brown. Easy on the black as well, because if you mix a lot of black, there's no going back. It will kind of get everywhere. So I would save the black oil pastel for just maybe the black part of your eye or your eyelashes. If you don't believe me, test it on the back of your paper. So I'm gonna use kind of this like lighter brown to just kind of space out where I know my nose belongs and my eyes. Your nose is going to divide your face in two. And looking in my mirror, my nose, it's kind of longer than other noses. I say it's better to smell with. Halfway down from the top of your head to your chin is where your eyeballs go. And that should ring a bell for some of you guys. If you've been in my classes before, That's just basic proportions of your face, so halfway down. Right outside your eyes is your ear. Okay, you can draw those in with one of your colors. Doesn't matter which one, because you can totally add more later and different colors and mix them. And I'm just gonna put a little spot for my mouth right now. Okay, so that's basically my proportions of my face. Top of the head to chin, smack dab in the middle is your eyes. Right down the center line, okay, our line of symmetry is where your nose is gonna go. Now we're gonna add lots more details to that, but you can decide how crazy you want that to be. I want to say start on your skin color first. So I thought this darker color was going to work really well, but I'm definitely going to have to mix in this lighter color of this peach. I think that one actually shows up a little bit better for my skin color. I don't have to press really hard with the oil pastels. And depending on how your hair is, you don't have to go all the way up to the top of your head because some of that's going to get covered with hair. Looking at my chin, I think that this needs to come down a little bit more. So you might change the shape of your face a little bit as you're coloring. Now I'm just coloring quickly. I'm expecting you guys to take a lot more time. But we need to get this skin color on here before we can add a lot of details. And I'm gonna also do my neck because that is part of my skin. I'm gonna grab that other color I was using, that's that darker peach, and start blending him in. Okay, you might be blending in a brown or a gold or a tan. It's up to you what you think matches better. Use those mirrors, okay? You have eyes. And you know, if you're not really sure, you can't make up your mind, ask a neighbor. Like if somebody at your table is really totally great at color mixing, ask them their opinion. Okay, don't drive them crazy, but you know, sometimes it helps to have somebody else's input when you're making your decisions of what you think. So it looks like our recording stopped randomly. All right, so I think I left off where we were coloring in the face, and I got to the eyes, and I spent a lot of time there. At the white of the eye, I have the color, which of my eyes is brown. The black part in your eye, you put in a little twinkle, okay? I'm just kind of looking at areas I can make even out. Want to even out those eyebrows. I've added a little bit of shading and shadow under my neck, okay? And I'm just using brown. I'm not using black for any of that. Okay, so I'm just kind of showing that it pops off the background. I'm using a neutral color because black you really only want to save for really important stuff like maybe your eyelashes or those pupils in your eye. Now it's time for my beautiful hairdo, which today is a messy bun. So my hair is pulled up. And it's gonna kind of look like a really awesome boy's haircut until I put my bun on, okay? So I'm drawing the lines that follow my hair, and they all go the same direction to this top knot up here, which is kind of flopping and flooping. And that's about the size of it. And now I just get to go pick the colors that belong in my hair. Besides that dark brown, I kind of have like a golden color going on. So I'm gonna mix some yellow in. And on the blue paper, you might have to get a different color. Depending on your background color, you might have to go a little bit lighter or darker than your actual hair color. And I'm letting a little bit of that paper show through, not a ton of it. I'm gonna go ahead and smudge up my forehead a little bit more. Fill that in with a little bit more oil pastel. And you can just touch it up where you think you need it. And now I'm starting to look like a person and not just a bald alien. That's kind of crazy. So I'm sorry that video stopped. I know you're probably like, Oh my gosh, Miss Hopkins, how about those eyes? Just take your time. I just get real close up to my mirror, take a look in my eyes, and I make sure that like I'm not missing any parts. Just eyes were my favorite thing to draw as a kid. And so I spent a lot of time looking at them and making them look as realistic as possible. So I'm gonna just draw a couple more strands of hair. Now this is where you can get kind of fancy. My hair is kind of messy today, especially. So I've got a couple pieces just kind of sticking out wherever they want. Same thing I did in the other one. That's why they call it the messy bun. You kind of decide where you want them to go. And I just say, look at what your hair is doing. Now, boys, I know you're like, Miss Hopkins, I don't have a messy bun. That's okay. I hope you don't have a messy bun. I mean, maybe you have a man bun and you're rocking that, but hopefully it's not too messy. Remember that your hair is not just on the tip top of your head. Look at how far it comes down. Most of your hair should be coming down onto your forehead at some point. Some of you guys have long bangs and it's touching your eyebrows, and that's normal. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put on my glasses, and you know, me, I have my dark blue glasses. The first part I always put on is the nose piece. Okay, so I'm looking right in the mirror and I'm looking at those lines. Okay, they come up at the top. And they come straight back up. Now I have a couple colors of blue in my glasses, so I trace it a couple times with a couple different blues, maybe even the classic turquoise green. And I'm looking now to see if I've missed any big parts in my face. For the most part, it's looking like me. Now, remember I said you could use your white for your highlights? Sure. Put some, if you have lighter hair, like I have some pieces that are lighter yellow, you can put those in. It'll really brighten it up. Okay. If you're using black, be careful. Okay, you can use a little bit and it'll show some shadow, but you really don't need to go real dark with it. I wouldn't be putting any on my face. If you go down in here and you're like, oh, I'm gonna show shadow with my black, it a little bit goes a long way, kiddos. Okay, I'm serious about that. You don't wanna put a lot of black on your paper. I'm looking at the shape of my face, my cheeks. I'm keeping my mouth shut because it's way easier than having to draw teeth. I think we've talked about that before. And the last thing I'm gonna do is just color my shirt. And I said it was gonna be a nice purple. Of course, because this is an impressionist style, I'm not just gonna leave it plain purple. I will use another color in here because it's all about the color today. I'll use this nice violet blue and really make a real pretty purple in here. I might even go back and use 3 colors. Because, you know, I'm crazy like that. Maybe even a little bit of light blue. And just to make sure it's got a nice crisp outline. Now the back of your paper is your best friend. That's where you're putting all your information. Make sure that you write your name somewhere on the front. I'm gonna go with a good old Sharpie. I'm not gonna make you guys do a background color. It's a lot of coloring, it's up to you. You've already picked your paper as your background color, so I'm not gonna make you do anything in the back. I really wanna focus on, do you know how to use oil pastels? Can you show me details? How realistic can you get it? And remember, the main focus is on color today. So get the right color for your skin, your hair, and your eyes, okay? I don't want anyone looking like a Smurf. As I look back on mine, I can find little spots here and there where I could really go and touch up the color and make sure that not much of my blue is showing through, okay? You're not gonna get extra pieces of paper, so if you feel like you mess up on something, kids, you guys gotta make it work. You got the back side of the paper. So I suggest I wouldn't use the back side of the paper until you know you're kind of like happy with the front. Okay, so on the back, that's where you can put your other details, your name. You guys are in 3rd grade. So it's gonna be a 3, a dash, and then your teacher's name. So if you are in 3rd grade and you happen to be in Miss Evenstad's class, I better see an E, okay? That's how we're gonna keep track of all of you guys. Thank you for watching our super long video, and I will see you guys when I get back. Good luck.